Welcome back. Now, the unprecedented nature of the new competency-based curriculum has been a source of confusion for many, including teachers and parents, as those that went through the previous mode of instruction contend with the new dispensation. The content delivery is so different that it has raised suspicions about a grade 1 recommended book for English activities, so much so that complaints have been filed with the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, and the matter referred to DCI. Well, Sam Gituku sought the truth about how the English Literacy Activities Learners book, published by Mountaintop Publishers, was approved for production and distribution to over 24,000 public primary schools.
The new curriculum is now in its 4th level of implementation, the inaugural class having reached grade 4 this year. Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has been traversing different parts of the country, verifying readiness of the rollout while also checking the level of distribution of books. This is the second year of full rollout, the piloting stage having been concluded in 2018.
I came out specifically, first of all, to confirm that the books which the government spent so much money on purchasing were actually bought and are with the children.
In 2019, public primary schools received millions of books in support of the competency-based curriculum, albeit late, as most of them had not been approved by the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. One of those books approved was Grade 1 English Literacy Activities, supplied free of charge to 1.2 million pupils in 24,000 schools. A book that has caused confusion as its content appears unconventional. It has 5 thematic areas: learners taught about themselves, family, home, school and community. Case in point, on page 15 of the book, the family is the theme. Under it is a rhyme of a child and their father. And page is another rhyme. Are pictures of the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, Minister of Education, and even the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, complaining that the content is irrelevant and against what was approved by KICD.
When I reached KICD, I found an approval officer called Kimodo. I shared with Kimodo, but when Kimodo learned, okay, he took all my details, but told me he'll be coming back to me the soonest. That soonest never came into being.
He argues that the book in public schools is different from one that had been on the shelves, being the first edition published in 2018 during the piloting of the CBC.
We want to verify the information we've received. We want to establish what books are in store. And there is a bookstore here at the Junction Mall that we'll be visiting to see what exactly is on offer, what is in the shelves for the learners in grade 1. So come with me and we'll see exactly what they have in stock.
The mall management is not comfortable with us filming, but I visited a bookstore at the facility. There is no copy of the title English Literacy Activities by the Mountaintop Publishers, but we have a lead.
So we were not lucky to find any copy of the English Literacy Activities workbook for grade 1 by the Mountaintop Publishers at the Junction Mall. What we were told is that they are out of stock and there's no promise that the supplier will be bringing any more soon. But we were told we can find about 10 copies at their branch here at the Thika Road Mall, and that's why we're here. That's what we want to see and to verify that information.
It takes us a while to locate the book on the shelves. It's nowhere on the front rows among books for grade 1. I have to ask for assistance from a shop attendant. It took them a while to retrieve the last 8 copies in stock. I bought one and asked why they were deficient. There was no solid answer.
So some, these are our friends that are
public along the having our hands 3 versions of the title. One, a 2018 edition supposedly used during the pilot. It's 100 pages. The second one is branded Government of Kenya, procured for public primary schools in 2019. It's 76 pages. The last one is similar to the one procured by the government, but now meant for the open market from bookstores.
Yeah, this is the book.
All right.
And this is the 2017 edition.
Okay.
Which was approved for use during the pilot in 2018.
All right.
And used by private schools in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So
So the public schools didn't use it?
No,
right.
Because it was a pilot at that time, and the government had not procured.
Okay.
Government came to procure in 2019.
Right.
This TAC, going that is a new second approval. Now this is the goodness with the books, they always date. This is 2019.
Okay.
You can see, and this is approved by KICD 2019 edition. Right. It is a requirement of all publishers to put, if it's approved, you put the edition, so that it is clear to the market. Now, you can see we removed the logo of government because in Kenya there is no private or public child. We had to avail the same book government has procured in 2019 for public schools. The same book must be availed to the private school market with the same content.
And so if the book was approved by the content regulator KICD, why would previously family-related content be replaced with rhymes and pictures of wild animals?
The family in the genuine book could flow, but the family in this other book, you could see pictures of lambs, pictures of crocodiles, pictures of lions. Now, even if we had no genuine book, the same book that we took to primary school could not flow.
If you look at the theme of the family, who are the members of the family? It is children, and in this particular aspect, we're talking about the child themselves. They will see the crocodile when they go to the river. We are telling them, when you see a crocodile, you shriek. We are telling the children, a crocodile is a dangerous animal.
The publisher says the book now in schools was a product of several changes recommended by KICD. He showed us a copy that was signed off by the KICD before mass production of the title for public schools. It is similar to the book we bought at the Thika Road Mall. And so we moved to the KICD.
This is the way the book came. And this copy has been done by the curriculum developer and signed. As you can see here, corrections have been effected. The corrections that the curriculum developer suggested were all effected. That's the report with it. And that is this book. Okay. And it is the book that was bought by the government. Okay? Now, this book, one is bought by the government. Then they have to prepare one for the open market. So, the only thing they add or they remove is the not for sale. Right. Because now going to the open market is going to be for sale.
This book is a language book. It's a literacy book. It is not a social studies book. It is not an environmental activities book. And therefore, what you need to look at is what is the language learning here. And if you look at the curriculum designs and the teacher's guide and what is here, then you're going to see that it is okay.
The effects of the curriculum shifts are already being felt. Parents now required to engage their children in activities different from written assignments they carried home previously. But some still feel learners in lower primary school are still having to carry several books despite the curriculum change.
What the government has done, for every learning area, it has provided every learner with a course book. And a course book means that it is sufficient for learning that area. Other materials will come in to supplement that, but the course book is sufficient.
The others are for giving the teachers, especially, flexibility. Learners at grade 4 may not have the capacity to deal with so many books. But a teacher can be able to look at, for example, a theme here and decide, I haven't gotten enough information. I would like to get just more information.
Publishing CBC materials is becoming a lucrative business, publishers fighting to win a tender to supply at least a title to the government. It is an assured market of more than 1 million copies, enough to make a publisher monopolistic in a specific subject for a period of up to 4 years. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV,